ओम शांति। अभी हम सभी अव्यक्त बाप दादा के आह्वान में बैठने जा रहे हैं। हम सुनेंगे और प्यारे अव्यक्त बाप दादा को हम देखेंगे भी। आज का दिन वरदानों से झोली भरने का दिन है। जो भी भाई बहने खड़े हैं उनसे निवेदन है कि वे जल्दी से अपना स्थान ग्रहण कर लें। हमारे बीच में दादी जानकी जी भी पहुंच चुकी हैं। और सभी बिल्कुल अव्यक्त स्टेज में बैठ जाएं। मीठे से वतन जाना है वहाँ हमको जहाँ बाप और दादा है वो। जाना है वहाँ हमको जहाँ बाप और दादा है। बनना है संपूर्ण किया बाबा से वादा है। जो बाबा से किया था वो वादा निभाएंगे। हम उड़ के चले जाएं, ओ हम उड़ के चले जाएं उस प्यारे से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में। ये देर न याद आए।
Om Shanti. Good evening, all brothers and sisters. We are about to listen to Avyakt Bap Dada. This Murli which we are revising is of 15th December 2006. 15th December 2006. So that was 10 years ago. We heard this Murli. We met Avyakt Bap Dada on 15th December 2006, and Baba spoke these versions which we are going to hear now. Baba is giving us drishti. Let us all take drishti from Baba. This was only 10 years ago, not very, very far away. 2006, 15th December. But of course, the gathering that you watch on TV is of today. So gathering is of today, and the Murli Baba spoke on 15th December 2006. Today, Baba has started the Murli. Today, Bap Dada Today, Bap Dada is seeing 3 lines of special fortune sparkling on the foreheads of all the children everywhere. Today, Bap Dada is seeing 3 lines of special fortune sparkling on the foreheads of all the children everywhere. Everyone's forehead is sparkling with the lines of fortune. One is the line of fortune of godly sustenance. One is the line of fortune of godly sustenance. The second is the line of the fortune of the teachings received from the elevated teacher. The third is the line of fortune of Shrimat received from the Satguru. In fact, all of you have plenty of fortune. But nevertheless, Baba is today seeing these three lines in particular. You also are experiencing the sparkling lines on your forehead, are you not? The most elevated line is the line of the sustenance of God's love. Just as the Father is the highest on high, so godly sustenance is also the highest on high. So few of you receive this sustenance. And all of you have become worthy of this sustenance. This sustenance is received, this sustenance is received only by you children just once in the whole cycle. If you don't receive now, then you can never receive it again. This godly sustenance, God's love, and godly attainments are experienced only by a handful of souls out of millions. You all are experienced in this, are you not? Do you have this experience? You have experienced the sustenance, the study, and also the Srimad. You are experienced images.
सदा अपने मस्तक में
So, can you
ये भाग्य का सितारा
always see the star of fortune sparkling on your forehead? So, can you see the star of fortune sparkling on your forehead all the time?
कि कभी
Or does
चमकता हुआ
the
सितारा
sparkling star
ढल भी हो जाता है
sometimes become a little dull? Or does the sparkling star sometimes become a little dull?
ढीला नहीं होना चाहिए
It should not become dull.
अगर चमकता हुआ सितारा
If the sparkling star
ढीला हो
becomes dull,
उसका कारण क्या है
do you know what is the reason for that? If the sparkling star becomes dull, do you know what is the reason for that?
जानते हो
Do you know it?
बाप दादा ने देखा है
Bap Dada has noticed. Bap Dada has noticed
कि कारण ये होता है
the reason is
सिमरती स्वरूप नहीं बने हो
you have not yet become
सोचते हो
embodiments of remembrance. You have not yet become embodiments of remembrance. You do think that you are a soul,
लेकिन सोचता स्वरूप बनते हो
but you become an embodiment of the thought.
सिमरती स्वरूप कम बनते हो
You don't become an embodiment of the awareness so much. You just become the embodiment of the thought. You
जब
don't
तक
become an
सिमरती
embodiment of the awareness so much
सदा नहीं
unless you always remain an embodiment of remembrance.
तो सिमरती
Unless you always remain an embodiment of remembrance, you cannot have power
सिमरती स्वरूपी
because
समृद्ध
it is this awareness which brings power and makes you the embodiment of power. An embodiment of remembrance is an embodiment of power.
कम चमकता है
This star of fortune sparkles little now. So ask yourself,
कि ज्यादा समय
ask yourself
सोच स्वरूप बनते हो
what you are
वह स्मृति
for a longer period. Are you an embodiment of thought or are you an embodiment of awareness?
सोच स्वरूप बनने से
by being an embodiment of thought. The thought Baba was mentioning, I'm a soul.
सोचते बहुत अच्छा
By being an embodiment of thought, in fact, you think very well, I am this, I am this. You think this very well, I am this.
स्मृति न होने
But because of not having that awareness,
सोचते
waste thoughts
संकल्प
and ordinary thoughts
साधारण संकल्प
become mixed in your
मिक्स
thought.
हो जाते
Waste thoughts and ordinary thoughts become mixed in your this thinking.
वास्तव में देखा जाए
Actually, if you go to see,
अनादि स्वरूप
your form is not just of thoughts, but it is to be the embodiment
समृत स्वरूप है
in the
सोचने वाला नहीं स्वरूप है
you are not just an embodiment of thought, but you are the embodiment of awareness. In the beginning too,
इस समय की स्मृति स्वरूप
you received the reward of having being an embodiment of awareness of this time. So this time you had the awareness and you got the reward of that in the beginning of the cycle.
स्मृति
So eternally and originally you are an embodiment of awareness.
इस समय
And at this time too, at the end,
संगम समय पर भी
at the time of the confluence age,
स्मृति स्वरूप बनते
you become an embodiment of awareness. So you become the embodiment of awareness now, you're also eternally and originally the embodiment of awareness
आदि
of the soul. So all three aspects of time, at the beginning, eternally, and at the end, you are the embodiment of awareness.
स्वरूप सोचना स्वरूप नहीं
You are not an embodiment of thoughts only.
इसलिए बाप दादा ने पहले भी कहा
This is why Bap Dada told you earlier too.
वर्तमान समय अनुभवी
This is why Bap Dada told you earlier too.
बनना
To become an experienced
श्रेष्ठ
image
स्टेज
at the present time is the elevated stage.
सोचते हो
You,
आत्मा हो
you think that I'm a soul and
परमात्मा
I have
प्राप्त
received godly attainments. You think this, no doubt. But there is a big difference in understanding this and experiencing it. Big difference between just understanding it and experiencing it. An experienced image so the one who has an experienced image can never be deceived by Maya. And also it can never experience any sorrow. An experienced image can never be deceived by Maya and also can never experience any sorrow. The games of Maya that you see every now and then, or even the games that you play yourself, the reason for that is because of the lack of being an embodiment of experience. The authority of experience is the most elevated one. So, Bap Dada saw. Bap Dada saw that some children think about this, no doubt. But they have little experience of being an embodiment. In today's world, majority of souls in today's world, majority of souls have become tired of seeing and hearing. But they wish to have some attainment through an experience. They want experience. They don't just want to hear and see, that's all, but they want experience. They are tired of just hearing and seeing. So only those who are experienced themselves can give someone an experience. An experienced soul will always continue to move forward. It will always continue to fly too. Because an experienced soul has constant zeal and enthusiasm in an emerged form. So check.
हर पॉइंट का अनुभवी मूर्त बने हैं।
So check. Have I become an image of experience of every point?
आपके हर कर्म में
Is the authority of experience
दिखाई देती है।
visible in your every action?
हर बोल
Is your every word
हर संकल्प
and every thought
अनुभव की अथॉरिटी से
based on the authority of experience?
या सिर्फ समझने
Or
की
is it simply based on your understanding?
एक है
One is to
समझना,
understand,
दूसरा है
and the other is
अनुभव करना।
to experience.
हर सब्जेक्ट में ज्ञान की पॉइंट्स वर्णन करना।
To speak about the points of knowledge for every subject can also be done by outside speakers very well, especially those who give many speeches.
लेकिन हर पॉइंट
However,
का अनुभवी
However, to become an embodiment of the experience of every point means
ज्ञानी
to be an enlightened soul.
योग लगाने वाले बहुत हैं।
There are many who
योग में
have
बैठने
yoga.
वाले बहुत
There are also many who sit in yoga.
लेकिन योग
But the experience of yoga means But the experience of yoga means to be an embodiment of power. To be an experience, to be an embodiment of power
और शक्ति
and
स्वरूप की
an embodiment of power
परख ये
is recognized
कि जिस समय
by being able
जिस
to
शक्ति की
invoke a
आवश्यकता
particular power that is needed at that time.
उस समय
So embodiment of power is recognized by being able to invoke a particular power that is needed at that time
मान कर
and
निर्विघ्न
becoming an embodiment of that and thereby being free from obstacles. Becoming an embodiment
अगर एक भी शक्ति की
and
कमी है
being free from obstacles. If even one power is
स्वरूप नहीं है,
lacking, even if one power is lacking, If you speak about it but are not an embodiment of it,
समय पर तो
then too you can be deceived at that time. You're just speaking about it but not having an experience of that power, so you can still be deceived at that time. If you need to have the power of tolerance but you use the power to oppose,
योग युक्त
you cannot be called yog yukt
अनुभवी
or
स्वरूप
an
लेंगे।
or an embodiment of experience.
चारी सब्जेक्ट में
What would be the sign?
स्मृति स्वरूप
What would be the sign of your being an embodiment of awareness and an embodiment of experience in all four subjects? So if you're an embodiment of all four subjects and you are the embodiment of awareness, what would be the sign of that?
स्थिति में निमित्त भाव
In your stage, you would have the consciousness of being an instrument. This will be your stage, that I'm an embodiment. In your stage, you would have the consciousness of being an instrument. In your attitude,
शुभ भाव
in your attitude, you would always have pure feelings,
निस्वार्थ
soul conscious feelings, and altruistic feelings. So in your consciousness, you will you will think I'm an instrument, and in your attitude, you would always have pure feelings, soul conscious feelings, and altruistic feelings. In the atmosphere and in relationships and connections,
सदा
you would always be humble.
निर्माण भाव
You would always be humble.
वाणी में
And in your words,
सदा निर्मल
and your words would be pure and gentle. And your words would be pure and gentle.
विशेषताएं
These specialities
मूर्त की
would be the natural nature
हर समय
at every moment
नेचुरल
of one who is an experienced image. These specialities would be the natural nature at every moment of one who is an experienced image. Baba's emphasizing again natural nature.
अभी कई बच्चे कभी
At
कभी
present, some children sometimes say,
कि हम चाहते नहीं है
I don't want to do this.
करें
I don't want to do this, but
मेरी पुरानी नेचर
it is my old nature. I don't wish to do it, but what can I do? It's my old nature.
नेचर नेचुरल
If something is your
काम वही कर
natural nature, it will do its work. You don't even have to think about it because it's your natural nature. Your nature is naturally doing the work.
अपने
So,
को चेक करो,
check yourself.
मेरी नेचुरल
What
नेचर
is my natural nature?
क्या है?
What is my natural nature?
अगर
If
कोई भी पुरानी नेचर
if
अंश मात्र
I have even the slightest trace of my old nature, if I have even the slightest trace of my old nature,
तो हर समय
then
वो कार्य में आते
by it
आते
being used again and
पक्का
again,
संस्कार बन
it
जाता
becomes a firm sanskar.
उसको समाप्त करने के लिए
So, in order to finish the old sanskar and old nature,
पुरानी नेचर
so in
पुराना
order to
स्वभाव
finish the old nature and
पुराना
old sanskar,
संस्कार को समाप्त करने के लिए चाहते हो, लेकिन कर नहीं पाते हो, उसका कारण क्या?
you do wish to finish it. You want to do it, but you're unable to do. What is the reason for that? Why are you not able to do it? You want to finish your old nature, but why are you not able to do it? All of you have become very knowledgeable.
जो चाहते हो होना नहीं चाहिए,
You all have become very knowledgeable in
लेकिन
everything.
हो जाता है.
You don't want something to happen, and yet it happens. What must be the reason for that?
कारण क्या है?
You don't want something to happen, and yet it happens. So, what must be the reason for that?
परिवर्तन करने की शक्ति
The reason for that is
कम है.
that you have little power of transformation. The power of transformation in you is little, it's less, it's not enough. The power of transformation is not enough in you. That's why, even if you wish to do it, you're not able to do it.
मेजॉरिटी में
In majority of you,
दिखाई देता है
it is visible that it is visible. In majority of you, it is visible
परिवर्तन की
that the power of transformation,
समझते हैं,
Baba is not saying anything further.
भी करते हैं.
Children, you understand, you even describe it.
परिवर्तन शक्ति के टॉपिक पर
If somebody tells you to speak on the topic of transformation of sanskars or to write on this topic of transformation of sanskars, Baba thinks that Bap Dada thinks that all of you are very clever in it,
बहुत अच्छा.
in giving a speech on this topic of power of transformation. You can give a very good speech on it.
लिख भी
You can also write an essay on it. You can write a speech too, you can speak too.
कोई आता है,
And if somebody comes in front of you, you can also explain to that person very well.
परिवर्तन कर लो.
You'll tell him, don't worry, forget it, change yourself. You tell others also.
लेकिन स्वयं में
But
परिवर्तन करने की शक्ति
you yourselves lack the power of transformation. And
कि मैं
knowing the importance of the present time, knowing the importance of the present time,
करने में
you should
समय नहीं लगा
not take time to bring about transformation. You shouldn't take time to bring about transformation, seeing the present time.
सेकंड में परिवर्तन की शक्ति क्योंकि जब
It
समझते
should,
हो
the power of transformation should come in a second. The transformation should come through the power of transformation. Because since you understand that something should not happen, and the thought and though you understand, if you are still not able to transform yourself, the reason for that is that you don't become an embodiment of it. You just become an embodiment of thoughts. Whole day you do a lot of thinking. You become an embodiment of thoughts for a longer period throughout the day. But majority of you lack being an embodiment of awareness. And so, an embodiment of power. Now is the time for intense speed. It is the time for intense effort. It is not the time for ordinary effort.
सेकंड में परिवर्तन का अर्थ है
Transformation in a second means
स्मृति स्वरूप
that through your being an embodiment of awareness, through your being an embodiment of awareness, you should become free from negative and wasteful thoughts in 1 second.
क्यों
Why? Why this is necessary? Why?
समय को
You are instruments to bring the time and completion close. You are the instruments for bringing the time and completion close. So, according to the importance of the present time,
समय के महत्व पर
so according to the importance of the present time,
जब जानते भी हो
and since you know that every step
पदम
has multi-millions merged in it,
जुड़ने का तो बुद्धि में रखते हो
you keep the awareness of increasing that in your intellect.
बुद्धि में रखो
But you should also keep the awareness,
अगर कदम में पदम
but you should also keep the awareness
कदम में पदम
that
कमाते भी तो
you could also lose in a second. If you are creating multi-millions at every step, you're also losing multi-millions in a step, are you not? So now
मिनट की बात
the
भी
question
कही,
of a minute is also over.
दूसरों के लिए कहते हो 1
You
minute
say for
silence,
others that they should stay in a minute of silence.
लेकिन आप लोगों के लिए
But for you people, it is now a matter of a
सेकंड
second.
की बात होनी चाहिए.
It should take you only a second. To bring
जैसे
about the
हाँ
transformation.
और
Just as how long does it take to
सोचने में
think
कितना
yes or
टाइम
no?
लगता है,
How long it takes to think yes or no?
सेकंड.
It takes a second, doesn't it?
परिवर्तन शक्ति
So, such fast transformation power is
इतनी
required.
फास्ट चाहिए. समझा?
You
ठीक
understand
है नहीं
that
ठीक है,
something is fine or not
ठीक को
fine,
विधि
it's okay or
और
not
ठीक
okay.
को प्रैक्टिकल में.
So put a full stop to that which is not okay or not fine and make that which is fine. So full stop to what is not fine or okay then and do in practical what is good or fine.
अभी विधि के महत्व
Now use the importance of the full stop
कार्य
more.
में लगाओ.
Use the importance of the full stop more in your task.
तीन विधियों
You
को
know
तो
about the
जानते
3
हो,
dots, don't you?
लेकिन विधि को समय पर
However, use the dot,
कार्य में
that
लगाओ.
means full stop, at the right time.
जैसे साइंस वाले
Just as scientists are doing
सब बात में
everything
तेवर गति
quickly,
कर रहे
they are
हैं.
doing everything quickly. Scientists are doing everything quickly now.
और परिवर्तन की
And
शक्ति भी
they are also using the power of transformation a lot more.
ज्यादा कार्य में लगा रहे हैं.
And they are using the power of transformation a lot more.
तो साइलेंस
So,
की
all of
शक्ति
you,
वाले
those with the power of silence,
अभी लक्ष्य रख.
now keep the aim. That is,
अगर परिवर्तन करना है
if you want to bring about transformation, what you have to do? You are, of course, knowledgeable, no doubt,
बनो
but now become powerful
सेकंड की गति से.
in bringing about, but now become powerful with the speed of a second. So in 1 second,
लेंगे नहीं.
you should do it. We are doing it and it will happen. We will do it. You shouldn't think like that. You should say, is it possible or is it, you should say it should be done now. So can it be done now or instantly, or is it difficult to say now?
क्योंकि लास्ट समय
Because at the final moment,
सेकंड का पेपर
it will be the paper of 1 second, not even 1 minute. It will be
तो
a
सेकंड
paper, the test of 1 second, not even a minute. So only if you have the practice of a second over a long period of time will you be able to pass with honors in a second.
परमात्मा स्टूडेंट है.
You are godly students.
परमात्मा पढ़ाई पढ़ रहे
You are studying the godly study.
पास with honor बन
And
रही है.
so you definitely have to pass with honors.
पास मार्क्स लिया तो क्या?
So what if you claim just pass marks instead of pass with honors? If you claim just pass marks? No.
पास with
You need to pass with honors.
क्या लक्ष्य रखा है?
What aim have you kept?
जो समझते हैं पास
Those of you who believe that you have to pass with honors, raise your hand.
पास with honor.
Pass with honors. Baba's looking at everyone. Baba's underlining. Pass with honors.
अच्छा,
Very good.
तो अभी क्या
So
करना
everyone
पड़ेगा?
raised their hand. Well, then Baba says, what will you have to do then?
क्या करना
What will
पड़ेगा?
you now have to do?
मिनट मोटर तो काम है.
If you say motor a minute a motor,
का काम है.
a motor in a minute, that also is common. It's now a matter of a second.
आप पंजाब वाले
When those from Punjab, it's now a matter of a second. So all those from Punjab are here.
कौन होगा?
Who will be number one in this? Punjab will be number one in this, in doing everything in a matter of a second.
क्या बड़ी बात?
What is the big deal? It's not a big thing.
जितना फलक से कहते हो,
You speak with such intoxication.
अच्छा कहते
You speak very well with such intoxication.
दादा जब सुनते हैं बहुत खुश
When
होते हैं.
Bap Dada hears it, he's very happy, he's very pleased. You say, what is the big deal? What is nothing big. Bap Dada is with me. Bap Dada is with me, Baba is with me. What's the big deal about it? It's nothing difficult, you say, don't you?
साथ तो अथॉरिटी है.
So you have the authority with you. The authority is with you. Now, if the authority is with you,
तो क्या करना है?
what are you now going to do?
दीवार बनना पड़ेगा.
You now have to become intense effort makers. You now have to become intense effort makers.
कर रही हो
You are doing service,
और सेवा
and what else would you do without service? What else will you do if not service? Will you sit idle, not do service? What will you do without service?
सेवा
Will you sit idle? Service is the
का धर्म है.
is the very religion and action, activity of Brahmin souls, dharma and karma of Brahmin souls, seva, service. However, now together with service, become an embodiment of power.
जितना सेवा का उमंग उत्साह दिखाया है.
Bap Dada is pleased with the extent of zeal and enthusiasm for service you have shown and is also congratulating you.
अच्छा अभी क्या
Okay, what's to be done now?
बाबा सेवा
And Muniben is saying, Baba, it is a turn of Punjab and Rajasthan to serve.
पंजाब वाले उठो.
Stand up, all those from Punjab zone. Big zone. There are so many states in Punjab zone. Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand. So many states in Punjab zone. It's all northern area of India. Jammu Kashmir too is in this.
आता
Himachal Pradesh. So Baba saying half the class is Punjab zone.
बहुत अच्छा किया
You have done very well.
सेवा में
You arrived here
एवं
being
रेडी
ever ready for service.
पहुंच गए हो इसकी मुबारक
For that, congratulations.
अच्छा पंजाब
Are those from Punjab making some new plans?
क्या कोई नया
Are you making some new plans?
जो किसने नहीं किया हो
Have you been touched
कोई ऐसा प्लान
to carry out a plan of something that no one has done so far?
होता है
Is it possible?
सुबह को हो जाएगा
It will happen.
ऐसा करके
Do something such that all Brahmins
सब ब्राह्मण
give you
थैंक्स भी दे
thanks and also congratulate you and sing songs of your praise. This is what you should do so that.
सभी बैठेंगे पंजाब वाले.
Okay, very good.
अभी
Okay.
सभी राजस्थान के भाई बहनें उठेंगे.
Now all those from Rajasthan, they stand up.
दोनों ही सोन
So Baba Singh, both the zones, Punjab and Rajasthan, are doing service very well.
लेकिन बाप दादा की
But one thing, this for Rajasthan. This is taken from the Murli of 15/11/2008. So it has been added. Both zones are doing service very well, but one thing that Bap Dada had said is still left to be done. You do know it, do you not? What is still left to be done?
और राजस्थान में भी
How many good heirs have emerged from Rajasthan?
कितने अच्छे अच्छे
How many good heirs have emerged from Rajasthan?
राजस्थान
Rajasthan is the place of kings. You know, Rajasthan, the place of kings.
इसीलिए नाम है
This is why it's called Rajasthan. Raj means king, Sthan means place, a place of kings. So many, every district, every small place has its own king, you know.
कितने
So how many have you made?
भविष्य के
How many have you made emerge who have the right to the kingdom in the future?
हर सेंटर
All the centers,
अभी तक
all the centers
कितने राज अधिकारी
have
निकाले
have all of you noted down how many you have made emerge to become those who have the right
अपने पास
to the kingdom?
नोट किए
Have you noted down how many you have made to have a right to the kingdom? So each center should write. Each center should write how many you have of those who are going to claim a right to the kingdom.
विशेष आत्माओं की
You are doing service.
संख्या लिखना
You are doing service and thinking of service plans, no doubt. You are doing service and thinking of service
सेवा
plans.
प्लान भी सोचते
That's fine.
लेकिन अभी समय के प्रमाण एक तो अपने अपने एरिया
But now, according to the time, at least finish the complaint of souls in your own areas. Within the area of the center and the areas around it, do not make effort and just give them the message, but at least enable them to claim the inheritance from Bap Dada. They should not complain that father came and yet they were deprived from their inheritance. Please sit down, all those from Rajasthan. So now this service should be completed everywhere as soon as possible. One zone is the instrument, but Bap Dada is telling all the zones.
ऐसा ही लेना नहीं हो कि बाप
No one should complain that Bapa came, the father came, and
फुर्सत दिलाने
he
से
came to give inheritance, but we were deprived of that inheritance. No one should complain this.
अभी चारों
So now, this service should be completed everywhere as soon as possible.
जल्दी से जल्दी पूरी करनी चाहिए निमित्त एक जोन है
One zone is the instrument,
बाप दादा
but Bap Dada is telling
सभी जोन
all the zones.
कोई एरिया
No area, no village, no colony should be left deprived,
कोई कॉलोनी वंचित
should be left deprived. Everyone should get the message. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So the Murli is complete. And I think Gulzar Dadi is coming right now. So